Okay, good evening, everyone. First of all, I hope all of you can see me, all of you can hear me, all of you can see my screen. Yes, please respond in the group quickly. Can you not? Okay, I'm getting no responses. No worries. I think people already have this shock from the CBSC notification. Yes. Are you all very nervous, or are you all like anticipating postponement of all these dates for your law entrance examination? Yes. Is that helping you in your exam blues, or is it like making it worse? I hope it is helping you. All right. And we are also hoping that CLAT consortium and other people, they just do something with basically according to the dates that we have got from the CBSC with regard to your board examination. All right, coming back to today's agenda, we are going to cover all the important legal updates through these kind of sessions, all right, before your exam hits. So I just want you to be regular with these sessions, mostly every alternate week or maybe every week as per our schedule. So for that, you need to be attentive first of all, okay, and just relax and just listen to me with regard to all these legal updates, okay. I am sure GK and legal reasoning, all of this people do that very consciously, very with a lot of alertness and sincerity. But when it comes to legal updates, everybody starts sweating. Plus, they also tend to ignore it. But this is also one of the most important section of the law entrance examinations. All right. So it's just to make it easy for all of you that we have started this series. All right. So continuing from where we left, I've come up with further legal updates for all of you. So let's start with the first legal update of the day with regard to inheritance of daughter. So this is basically on demand. In our last session, there was this girl, I think, who was asking about this particular uh, update, correct? So there is this new legal update that we have received from the Supreme Court of India, all right, wherein the Supreme Court of India has actually gave some very important inheritance rights to the daughters, right? As you would have been aware that since last few years, Supreme Court have been really progressive when it comes to right to property of a particular daughter. All right. So it is just an extension of that the Supreme Court has now said that if in case there is a person who dies without any will, without any execution of will, in that case it will be daughter who will be inheriting such property if such person doesn't have any son or doesn't have any other child. All right. And in such case, mostly previously what used to happen, such preference was given to other relatives, like for example brothers of that person, okay. But now it has been pronounced by the court that daughters will be given the preference. All right. Now when it comes to the distribution of such property, if a woman dies, all right, if there's a woman in Hindu undivided family, and if she dies and her property has to be dissolved, in such case all those property that she has inherited from her father or maybe from her mother, that will go to the heirs of her father. All right. And all those property that she has got from husband or maybe father-in-law, that will go towards the heirs of husband. So it's as simple as that, okay. So I hope you got the simplified version of this complex concept. All right. So this was again a news with regard to inheritance of daughters that we had been hearing for quite a long time, a few months back, right? Now, moving on to the second uh, news, it was an interesting one. So, most of us are always concerned about public holidays and sort of holidays, right? Be it in school, be it in offices, be it in playground, everywhere. We care about public holidays or we care about holidays as such, correct? So same thing happened in Dadar and Nagar Haveli, wherein 2nd August is celebrated as Liberation Day of Union Territory. All right. So they basically went to the court with a plea that, listen, we want this particular day to be declared as Liberation Day. All right. And they wanted it to be declared as public holiday, to which, of course, the court denied it, of course, because, and court also said, backed it with a reason that it is not a fundamental right. Having a public holiday is not a fundamental right. All right. Now, there are certain intricacies with regard to holidays. Okay, when it comes to gazette holiday, when it comes to restricted holidays, we have these two kinds of holidays. All right, first one, restricted one, most of the people would, they are the general ones. Okay, it's like you can avail it or you cannot avail it. It's up to the organization to announce whether they want these kind of holidays or not. Okay, but there are certain holidays that come under gazette holiday, and that has to be announced, and that is mandatory in every working institution, be it private or be it public. Okay, so it was with regard to this, and it's just an information, additional information, that there are around 16 gazetted holidays in our country and around 30 restricted holidays that we get in India. Okay, now you can go back to your school calendars and you can keep counting how many restricted holidays do you get in your schools. All right. Okay, moving on to NGT. I hope that you know what is NGT. Okay, if you have been reading about legal updates, or maybe even if you have been keeping yourself updated with general knowledge, I'm sure you would be knowing what is NGT and what do they do. NGT is simply National Green Tribunal. As the word suggests, green say, you can always imply that they look after environmental issues. Okay, situated in Delhi, जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है NGT की, correct? Owing to the kind of pollution that Delhi has. Yes, nobody, I think, is unaware of that. So, with regard to NGT, there was this recent case of municipal corporation versus Ankita Sinha, wherein the tribunal, there was this question whether this NGT can take a case as in a suo moto manner. Suo moto manner means, what does suo moto means? It means on its own. मन किया ले लिया, आंखों से देखा केस ले लिया, खुद से ले लिया. Okay, so they are not approaching any other person or any other authority. So there is no other authority who is giving this case to them. Okay, or there is no other person who is filing a case for them. It's just that court gets to know about it and courts take a suo moto case. खुद से court files the case. Okay, mostly not actually on all the cases of environmental related issues. Okay, now with regard to this, see, when we talk about powers of NGT, they derive it from NGT Act. Okay, now there was this question with regard to NGT Act here as to whether NGT gets all these unlimited powers. जब मन किया जिसके ऊपर मन किया केस कर दिया. Do they have these kind of unlimited powers? To which the court reasoned that such power, especially with regard to suo moto jurisdictional power, it is important for the greater public good, right? It is important for the court to take suo moto jurisdiction in order to serve the purpose of entire NGT Act in a better manner, correct? So this was about the NGT with regard to environment. Okay, moving on to the PM security breach, and I think if you have a TV at home, you get newspapers at home, you would have got this ad headlines, right? PM security breach in Punjab. Now, this is a general news when we talk about it from the perspective of law entrance examination, but there are certain legality involved. Why? Because breach happened. Wherever breach of any law is happening means legality is there, correct? Now, with regard to this, how do we know which law says that such breach is happening? Yeah, breach हो रहा है, everybody is talking about it, that how can you leave prime minister like this, why are you not taking care of security of prime minister and all of that. But what is the law that we are referring to? Correct. So the basic law was Special Protection Group Act. Okay, so under section 14 of it, it prescribes that state government shall be responsible, they should take care of all the security related requirements, all right, that has to be given to a prime minister when prime minister visits, or when a prime minister is on a visit, or they are, moving in their state. All right. Now, it was with regard to this law that such security breach took place. Okay. And with regard to this, an inquiry committee has been instituted recently, few months back. All right. And wherein we have CJI, we have Suryakant, Justice Suryakant, we have Justice Hema Kohli. Okay. All of them, in order to extract as to from where have this breach taken place, what is the source of this breach, who committed this breach. Okay, so it was about the prime minister's security breach, one of the most heard national issues, I think last month. Yeah. Okay, now moving on to Justice dy Chandrachud's Act. So basically, there is this virtual courtroom that is being inaugurated in Odisha. Okay, and in Odisha, it is for the first time. Now, when we talk about Justice dy Chandrachud, okay, having a virtual courtroom is, of course, important at one place. But this name, this judge, is again a very important judge when it comes to your legal updates. All right, why am I saying so? He has a lot of contribution, I would say, with regard to the awareness towards the importance of the virtual courtroom. I think it was last year or maybe last to last year. If you have seen that live video of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, wherein he spoke about the importance of virtual courtroom, how much importance it holds. All right, it already had a lot of importance, but due to COVID, it just expedited the process. Okay, and everything came virtually. So that is the reason, since he is such a pioneer in that area, and he was given this responsibility with regard to virtualization of the courtroom in Supreme Court. Maybe that is the reason why maybe he was called in Odisha for this inauguration purpose. Okay. Now, when we talk about Odisha, particularly with regard to this particular program or this particular facility that has been inaugurated, they mostly take care of virtual courtrooms first. Second is with regard to e-custody certificates. Okay, it is for the prisoners that is issued, and then with regard to automated email services, so that the information with regard to cases can be shared quickly, right? Abhi to open just we just WhatsApp it, we just mail it, right? But when it comes to prisoners and when it comes to legal institutions, it becomes even more important, right, to communicate quickly and in an automated manner. Yeah, all the information should be shared in the entire system. So this initiative was for that purpose. All right. Okay, and the last one for today is with regard to the Registration of Births and Deaths Act. Now, with regard to this, there is this recent new proposal coming from Center that says that such registration, okay, that happens with regard to the birth and with regard to deaths, it is all taken care of by the census uh, 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 authority. Okay, now that is actually taken care at local level or maybe state level. Now they are planning to bring it all to the national level. Okay, so what happens, there is a chief registrar. Okay, he would be now responsible to unify all the data from all over the country, and such they will just amalgamate, they will just collect all this data, and they will now send it to the registrar general of India. And who is the registrar general of India? Sri Vivek Joshi. All right. So it will be sent to him. But previously, what used to happen, the registrar would, when he gets appointed, he would just maintain all the data with himself. But now he's going to send it to the Registrar General of India, okay, who actually takes care of census as well, on the other hand. All right. So basically, nationalizing everything, bringing everything together at a national level for better functioning, right? Rather than having a lot of fragments all over the country, right? So this was the purpose of for the unification of such law. So yes, that is it for today's session. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer. Okay. Yes, board's date sheet has been released today, correct? And CLAT's revised date is yet to be announced. See, we cannot give you a particular tentative date with regard to this per se, but you can expect it to be postponed, but that won't be a strict statement per se right now. So you can just wait for the CLAT notification. And I've always said this to my students that if you are sitting with CLAT's bharose ki abhi wo kab dates leke aayenge and then we will make our plans, in that case you'll keep sitting. Okay, so don't wait for them. It's better that you somehow manage both the boats. I understand that you are carrying the loads of two boats. You have to manage both of them, and you need to reach on the other side. But it's just all about planning and strategy, and I'm sure you'll be able to do it. Okay, don't wait for it. Aega, you'll get to know. Okay. uh, is there any? Okay, everybody now wants to know if CLAT is getting postponed or not. You'll get to know. All right. Any questions? How many mock tests a day will help us? Uh, Pikachu. Oh my God, what a name. Anyways, see, when it comes to attempt of a mock test, ज़रूरी नहीं है that you take such mock test every day. Okay, if you're taking it, good enough. But in order to make maximum to take maximum benefit out of a particular mock test, it's just not important to take the mock test, but also analyze it. If you are taking a mock test, say for 2 hours, after that you need to uh, take an analysis, do your own personal analysis for at least 2 more hours, 2 to 3 hours. Okay, then only you are going to get maximum out of that mock test. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा mock test लेके कोई फायदा नहीं है if you're not analyzing it well. And I don't think taking mock test every day and just analyzing it and not working on what all loopholes you're getting through that analysis would help you. Okay, so I would suggest week may take around 2 mock tests or maybe 3 mock tests. Okay, if you can. All right. One paper daily within the time frame. Sarah, yes, you can do that. You can solve one paper, but again, I'm telling you, it's not just about solving a paper. It's also about analyzing your paper. Okay, उसकी analysis बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Until unless you don't do that, you're missing out. Okay, on the productive part or the most crucial part of the mock test. It would be just like वो mock test is a study material to you, बस इतना ही रह जाएगा. But you just don't want to give such or say attempt to that mock test only to get some study material, right? You want to have your own plan, you want to curate your own strategy. So there are a lot of things associated. So I would suggest हर दिन एक मत दो. At least keep it alternate days. Yeah, give your test, analyze it, work for 24 hours or maybe more than that on all those loopholes or on all those weaker areas that you could discover through your analysis. Okay, only doing GK of every mock is sufficient. Shubham Sharma, depends on which mock test are you taking. Yeah, I can only tell you about CL. So if you're taking only GK of CL of all the mock test, that I cannot say that would be entirely sufficient. I would always say add it with months, and that would be more than sufficient. Okay. Important articles of constitution revision video. We'll look into it, Purnima. How much? Is it a good strategy to study all 5 subjects in a day? give 2 hours to study. Yes, of course you can. If you can, if you think your brain helps you that way, why not? Of course, go for it. Any other question? I think there is no more questions. So in that case, I will end the session, students. All right. Looking forward to have you in our next session. If you have not pressed the bell icon for this channel, please do that so that when I come for the next time, for the next session, you can get the update with regard to that. Okay. And yes, okay, I started getting questions. Strategy for logical reasoning practice. Just do all the questions from modules and start taking topic test and sectional test if you are a beginner right now. And if you're not a beginner, keep practicing. Logical reasoning का यही किया. A new student with CL, so I want demo from Anadi. You want a demo? You are a new student at CL, you want a demo. Okay, I think you would already have sessions in your aspiration account. You can go through that. Constitution revision. Okay, why is everybody so afraid of constitution? Constitution is love. You should not be afraid of constitution. Everybody is asking about constitution ka revision, revision, revision. Strategy for legal reasoning. Uh, See, for legal reasoning, no. If you have chosen CLAT and ALET and all these exams, this means that you have certain interest in law. So legal reasoning should be the easiest when it comes to preparation. Why? Because it holds your interest automatically, पहले से, yeah, pre-designed है. So in that case, legal reasoning के case में, I always suggest this plan. Take any topic, be it contracts, be it consti, be it torts, be it anything. With regard to it, all the topics that you have under that section, okay, read it or say go in depth of all the concept with regard to its ingredients only. Ingredients के हिसाब से पढ़ना है. Why am I saying so? Because most of the principle and principle fact kind of questions that you get, or maybe even passage based questions, all of them revolves around ingredients of the concept. Okay, until unless you're not clear with the particular concept, negligence head, if you're not clear of all the ingredients that it holds, you will miss something that would be crucial in that particular principle. Okay, so reading ingredient is important. Why? Because when you read the principle, you will be able to figure out कि इस principle का मतलब क्या है, ये मेरे से क्या निकलवाना चाहता है. Okay, so that is what is the strategy, I would say, for legal reasoning. And then start taking topic test, start taking sectional test. Okay, keep practicing for that. And legal reasoning तो बहुत I think आराम से तैयारी हो सकते है, because I believe people, I mean law students, all you people, you already have interest in that subject. Okay, so yeah, ingredients के साथ पढ़ना है हमेशा. Can we leave maths for ALET? That's a tricky question, because we are expecting that ALET this time won't ask question from mathematics, but it does not mean that you won't be requiring those skills in your logical reasoning. Okay, because they have already clearly said that logical bhi hoga, legal bhi hoga. So they are going to ask both logical and legal in the legal reasoning section, and such legal reasoning section may have some maths question. You never know. ALET is all about surprise this time, right? Okay, a lot of questions. Don't go for all that book, Sarah, I would say. Don't go for bulky books right now. You don't have a lot of time to go through that. And cost benefit ratio of those books are very low. So you will invest a lot of time, but it is going to fetch you less benefits. Okay, so I would suggest just go through CL modules. ठीक है, सिर्फ उतना ही पढ़ो, because if you would see in CL modules, all the concepts are being mentioned ingredients wise. ठीक है, and उसके ही basis पे they have asked you questions. Solve that first, then go to topic test, and then you can start. Suppose TOTS हो गया, then you can move on to sectional test, and then when you feel कि अभी TOTS में confidence आ रहा है, maths में भी कहीं confidence आ रहा है, logical में भी I'm getting confidence, RC में भी थोड़ा थोड़ा confidence आ रहा है, and then you can start taking mock test. Okay. Strategy for maths for CLAT. See, for maths again, module padho, and for maths I think most of you are nervous because you are always under the pressure that you need to solve all the questions. You don't need to solve all the questions. You just need to solve those questions that are of easy level or medium level. Difficult level to chhuna hi nahi hai, because they are, you just need to catch all the lower hanging apples, okay, so that you score maximum. Legal maxim and legal terms for CLAT. Only what is mentioned in the module, Bhargavi. Okay, सिर्फ उतना ही, not more than that. मैथ्स करने का मन नहीं करता. मैथ्स करने का मन नहीं करता तो CLAT का मन आप में कैसे लगेगा? How to revise GK? Yes, how to revise GK? That is a good question, Saurav. See, if you are making your notes properly from daily newspaper, you can revise it, I think, weekly. Yeah, on weekends you can do that. If not, manthan hai. Yeah, you can take manthan. We already give weekly and monthly manthans, so you can just keep revising it. Weekly देते हैं इसलिए ताकि आपको आसानी हो. Yeah, you have daily updates also, but daily updates पढ़ो for like half an hour or so, and just go through manthan, keep revising manthan. Okay, that is more than enough. उससे बाहर पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है ज़्यादा. How many weeks will we get? Rajiv Kumar, I have no idea about this. Postponement of CLAT and all, I have no idea about this. Okay, and you will be notified when this news comes. You need not worry. Okay, maths का weightage कम है, okay, but that sort of changes the game. Okay, you are thinking that maths ka weightage is very less, but there are a lot of people who are strong in all four sections plus maths. So how will you compete with them? This is not a board exam, this is a competition, correct? So you need to make your level. For that you'll have to get maths. एक section को ignore करके just because their weightage is low, you're going to miss a lot of lower hanging apples. I think maths is a game changer, yes. Okay, I don't know what book. Do not get into bulky books. I would just say that for legal. Okay, I understand this happens. You, since you have an interest in that subject, you always tend to like start studying a lot about that particular topic. लगने लगता है कि okay, अभी graduation हो जाएगा. I'll do PhD in this particular subject. I'll become an expert in this subject. But CLAT doesn't want you to be an expert in legal reasoning. Okay, they just want you to have an aptitude to solve their questions. जिसमें एक्सपर्टीज की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, PhD लेवल पढ़ाई की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट योर it just needs your understanding of the question, the kind of question that they are asking. ठीक है, are you able to comprehend with the principle nicely, properly? Well, that's good. If you're able to connect it with the facts and then get an answer, and such an answer that is not just right, you just don't look for a right answer, but for the most appropriate answer, right? That is what CLAT requires. उनको PhD वाले लोग नहीं चाहिए. Okay, how to improve speed and accuracy in logical reasoning? Practice. When it comes to speed, practice. Accuracy means there is something lacking in your basics. So just figure it out. कहाँ पे basics में problem है? Maths तक नहीं पहुँच पाते while giving mocks because you give unnecessary time to higher hanging apples, to those questions that are of difficult level, and those tricky questions that just seek your attention to waste your time, and you tend to get into that and you waste all your time, and that is why you're not able to reach till maths. So you need to have a particular plan, and you need to follow such time plan for a particular mock test or for a particular examination in a very disciplined fashion. If you have decided 30 minutes देना है तो 30 का 31 नहीं होना चाहिए. So in that case you'll be able to touch maths. Okay. कितने महीने का करंट अफेयर्स कवर करना है. I think uh, it would be safe if you could cover for an entire year, but if you have less time, you can prepare for 8 months as well. Okay. Maths is not time taking. Okay, Snehil is entirely uh, uh, what do we say? Dukhi of maths, yeah, pareshan, maths pareshan. You just need to practice. ठीक है, मैथ्स में all the questions are not of difficult level. Okay, there would be few questions that would be of difficult level. All of them are otherwise most of them are of easy level and medium level. Okay, so I think that is it. Current affairs for 20 April 21 to April 20. Yeah, Shubham Sharma. Yeah, that would be fine. करंट अफेयर्स फॉर 12 months. ओके, अब वो कैलकुलेट कर लो 12 months कहाँ से आता है. दिसंबर से करना. इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दिसंबर, कैलकुलेट इट ऑन योर ओन. आई थिंक आई एम श्योर इतना मैथ्स तो यू वुड बी नोइंग. ओके, एंड इफ यू आर अपियरिंग फॉर मे, कैलकुलेट इट 12 months. इफ यू डोंट हैव टाइम, इफ यू थिंक दैट बहुत परेशानी हो रही है फॉर स्पेशली फॉर मे स्टूडेंट्स, इन सच केस यू कैन cut it down to like 8 months. All right. क्लैट 2023 दिसंबर में होगा, तो सेशन कब से स्टार्ट होंगे? सेशन चल रहे हैं ऑलरेडी. In CL, we have already started sessions for 2023. Okay, we have batches that are going on. We are going to start batches in few days as well. Okay. I think that is it. We are already much beyond the time, and I'm very glad that you all came up with such variety of questions. This shows that you are at least in the direction of that particular goal. Yeah, that a lot of people, more than 55,000 students, are competing for. Yes, so it shows that you have your josh high. So just keep this josh isse bhi zyada high, I would say. Okay, if not, if boards ka blues are making it worse, then you need to work in balancing it. All right, so I would now end the session. Okay. Please subscribe to this channel, or maybe just click on that bell icon that you can see on the screen. Okay. So that when I come for the next time, you can attend this session, and I'll take more of your questions with regard to your strategy, with regard to the concept, if you have whatever issues. All right. And just pray and just hope that until then we get some notification from with CLAT consortium, basically. Okay, so that is it, students. Thank you so much. Keep your josh high, take good care of yourself, and yeah, keep preparing. And I hope you get into an NLU very soon, maybe just in few months. I will see you all in top NLUs. Yes. All right, students, take care. Bye.